Al Capone. The name itself evokes images of pinstripe suits, Tommy guns, and the shadowy world of organized crime during the Prohibition era. Known as Scarface due to a facial scar acquired in his youth, Capone rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most infamous gangsters in American history. His reign as a ruthless crime lord in the 1920s, Chicago cemented his place in the annals of organized crime, leaving an enduring legacy that continues to fascinate and horrify to this day. Al Capone's story begins in the rough streets of turn-of-the-century Brooklyn, New York. Born in 1899 to Italian immigrant parents, Capone's early life was a far cry from the lavish lifestyle he would later come to embody. Growing up in a working-class neighborhood, he experienced poverty and limited opportunities firsthand. He dropped out of school at a young age and fell in with local gangs, finding an outlet for his ambition and aggression in the city's underworld. Capone's early criminal activities involved petty theft and gang fights. He quickly earned a reputation for his brutality and ruthlessness, qualities that would serve him well as he climbed the ranks of organized crime. It was during this period that he received the infamous slash across his face, a constant reminder of the violence that permeated his life. In 1919, at the dawn of Prohibition, Capone's life took a decisive turn. He moved to Chicago at the invitation of Johnny Torrio, a prominent mobster who recognized Capone's potential. Prohibition, which outlawed the manufacture and sale of alcohol, proved to be a goldmine for gangsters like Torrio and Capone. They seized the opportunity to supply the insatiable public demand for liquor, establishing vast bootlegging operations that brought in immense profits. Chicago became Capone's playground. He quickly rose through the ranks of Torrio's organization, demonstrating his shrewd business acumen and his talent for violence. When Torrio was wounded in a rival gang attack in 1925, Capone took over as the head of the Chicago outfit, solidifying his position as the city's undisputed crime boss. Under Capone's leadership, the Chicago outfit's criminal empire flourished. Bootlegging remained their primary source of income, but they diversified into other illicit activities, including gambling, prostitution, and extortion. Capone's ruthlessness became legendary. He eliminated rivals and consolidated his power through intimidation, violence, and murder. Capone's reign of terror reached its peak with the infamous St. Valentine's Day massacre in 1929. His gunmen, disguised as police officers, gunned down 7 members of a rival gang in a cold-blooded display of brutality that shocked the nation. This act of violence cemented Capone's image as a ruthless killer and brought him unwanted attention from law enforcement and the media. Despite his brutal reputation, Al Capone cultivated a public persona that was both charismatic and contradictory. He presented himself as a man of the people, a benefactor who provided jobs and services that the government couldn't or wouldn't. He even opened soup kitchens during the Great Depression, endearing himself to some segments of the public who saw him as a Robin Hood figure. Capone was a master manipulator of the media. He granted interviews, courted publicity, and carefully crafted his image. He understood the power of perception and used it to his advantage, downplaying his criminal activities while emphasizing his charitable deeds. The media played a significant role in shaping Al Capone's public image. Newspapers and magazines were filled with stories of his exploits, often portraying him as a larger-than-life figure. His nickname, Scarface, became synonymous with gangsterism, and his face, with its distinctive scar, became instantly recognizable. While some media outlets criticized Capone's criminal activities, others glamorized his lifestyle and contributed to his notoriety. The public's fascination with gangsters and the allure of the underworld only served to enhance Capone's mystique. By the late 1920s, Al Capone's grip on power began to weaken. The St. Valentine's Day massacre had made him a public enemy, and the federal government was determined to bring him down. Unable to convict him on charges related to his more violent crimes, authorities targeted Capone for tax evasion. In 1931, Capone was found guilty on multiple counts of tax evasion and sentenced to 11 years in federal prison. His conviction marked a turning point in the fight against organized crime, demonstrating that even the most powerful gangsters were not above the law. Capone's reign of terror had come to an end. He spent time in several prisons, including the infamous Alcatraz, before his release in 1939. Al Capone's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He remains one of the most recognizable figures of the Prohibition era, a symbol of the lawlessness and violence that gripped America during that time. His story serves as a reminder of the dangers of organized crime and the importance of law enforcement in maintaining order. Capone's rise and fall also highlight the societal factors that contribute to the rise of organized crime, such as poverty, inequality, and government corruption. His story continues to fascinate and resonate, serving as a cautionary tale about the allure and dangers of power. Al Capone's life and career, though brief, left an indelible mark on American history. He was a product of his time, a ruthless opportunist who exploited the chaos of Prohibition to amass wealth and power. His story is a reminder of a turbulent era in American history, a time when gangsters and bootleggers held sway and the lines between right and wrong were blurred. Though his reign of terror was short-lived, Al Capone's legacy continues to fascinate and horrify, serving as a lasting reminder of the dark side of the American dream.